Hey everyone, it's Armory Gaming. Welcome back to the channel and welcome to Monster Legends. We have a monster analysis on the upcoming Doomed Mythic, Itzabeth. So this monster is going to be available in a couple of days at the start of the brand new era, and it starts with a team race. So we're going to find out whether or not this monster is worth it. Let's actually check out her lore. We're going to compare her to the other monsters that have been released, because we have information on Mandarka, the exclusive monster, and we also have information on Thundorc, the PvP monster. So, Itzabeth. It's a new day with a new ruler in the underworld. Lord Inheritor is hungry for grandeur and is determined to build a court of thousands of servants and acolytes surrounding him. His personal favorite is Itzabeth, a skilled and dedicated demon with an incredible talent for dark arts. However, after seeing Lord Inheritor's rise to the Thorn of Hell, Itzabeth aspires to much more than being an obliging acolyte. Her ambition is enormous. Ooh, she's gonna be the next Lord Inheritor. Move over, Lord Inheritor, it's Lord Itzabeth. So with that being said, she is a magic support with damage boost, precision, and a random elemental hater skills. It's going to be a great bounty hunt monster for those of you guys that don't have Zen. Hey, you might be able to utilize her against the enemy. So evolving trait, immune to possession. I really wish it was immune to corruption as well. Immune to nightmares. I feel like this is the second time I've seen immune to nightmares. Let me see, immune to nightmares. So is nightmares going to make a huge comeback in the Doom era, or is it just because we're dealing with underworld monsters? Let's see, applies a random elemental hater to all allies at the start of the battle. Yeah, she's going to be able to replace Zanfara. So, let's talk stats. Her life stat is 122 grand, her power stat is 10 grand, and her speed is 8,096. So, lucky for you all, I've already started putting the information onto an Excel sheet, so as we can see, Itzabeth currently is the tankiest monster of the whole entire game with that life stat. It's only a few points, it's like 900 more points than the other two. But yeah, she's currently the highest. Her power stat is right around the middle because Thundorc is the strongest attacker. Keep in mind, this is just from the new monsters. If we look at the other era, Beambot and Butcherang actually have a higher power stat than Thundorc. And then in terms of speed stat, she's officially the fastest monster in the game. So that's going to be relevant, not to mention she's a team race monster. So players are going to be getting this monster at rank 3, rank 4, and some players might even be able to get her at rank 5, maybe, you know, a couple breakouts. So yeah, she's going to be quite formidable there. So yeah, I wanted to showcase the stats so we can compare to the other monsters. Let's go ahead and go back into the analysis. So, we talked about what she is immune to. Yeah, her trait, relics. She can hold the mask and the staff. So these are good relic slots. You never have to worry about stamina. You can drain enemy stamina, whatever you need to do. But anytime you can recover stamina, it's a great thing. She is in the Hell Dwellers book, the Underworld, and the Spirits book as well. Alright, let's see. Deals moderate magic damage to an enemy. 30 damage to roll cooldown, 30 stamina. Doesn't seem like a great skill, doesn't do much. Dark Student applies damage boost to one ally, 0/0/30. So, just a damage boost. So far, nothing good. We have a skill that removes negative effects from one ally and applies a random hater to one ally. 2-turn cooldown with a random hater. So far, I'm not liking it. The cleansing aspect of it is nice, but that's it so far. Let's see. Deals heavy magic damage to one enemy, removes positive effects from one enemy, applies curse to an enemy, requires cooldown. So 45 damage, 1-turn cooldown. The best thing about this is the cleansing aspect of it. So you got to keep in mind that the meta is always really going to revolve around Megatons. So if you have Itzabeth, the fastest monster in the game right now, you're going to be able to go with her. You're going to remove Megatons, and then you're going to have a second monster in the turn order running 3 speed that goes next and immobilize everyone. So the way I can see this monster working out is just for the cleansing component. You run this monster, you run a Megaton monster yourself, and you run a monster to go second in the turn order. Now, even if the enemy outpaces you, let's say it's a... it could really be anyone. It doesn't matter. If you go with Itzabeth first, and you get rid of the enemy's Megaton, and then the enemy goes, and they attack your Megaton monster, get rid of your Megatons, your denier is going to go next, and your denier is going to be able to deny the enemy. So that's how that's going to work, and I think that's why this monster might be relevant. The only issues you run into is if you're fighting a Pango, who's the most popular monster in the game, right? Because he has permanent Megatons. So unless you have a trait disable, unless SP gives us a doomed talent that can trait disable the enemy, then you're going to run into some trouble. So that's why like Smite is so powerful. The fact that you can damage and then Smite and trait disable, that's pretty powerful. But yeah, so right now, any status cast for Megatons, you can easily cleanse away and follow up with another monster. But other than that, it's not going to be that relevant. We have applies a random hater to all allies. Again, really good for bounty hunts. We have removed all negative effects from one ally and applies double damage to one ally. So of course, this monster can buff and cleanse, so I like that. Deals moderate magic damage to all enemies, removes positive effects from all enemies, and applies daze to all enemies. Okay, you also have an AoE cleanse. So you have a single cleanse for that first turn Mega Taunt, and then you can follow up with an AoE cleanse if you need to remove positive effects from all of the enemy monsters, and you also reduce accuracy and damage output. And then you have removes negative effects from allies, damage boost, and precision. So overall, I would say it's a good support monster. You have single cleanse, you have AoE cleanse, you have single cleanse and support on your side, and a team cleanse. So I definitely think this is a monster that's going to be utilized in a war scenario more so than PvP, because in a war scenario, you know who you're facing, so you specifically create a team to counter the enemy's defense. The ultimate deals heavy magic damage, applies shock, curse, and stun. Doesn't seem like a fantastic ultimate to me. I would say this monster is okay. I don't think it's phenomenal. I don't think it's great. I don't think it's amazing. I would say it's just okay. Yeah. And it's going to be a good bounty hunt monster for this random hater, team hater skill, double damage. It's going to be a good bounty hunt monster to buff your other ones. So here's how she looks like. Itzabeth, great monster design. SP's doing a really good job with the design. We went over stats. Let's really quickly compare to the other monsters that we know information of. So we have Mandarka. Mandarka also has a really sick design. Yeah, I'm really liking these underworld monsters. Mandarka, let's see really quickly again. So we have the blind and nightmare immunity, random negative effects to enemies. And did we have anything too promising here? Was there any denier? This was a total blind monster. So see, these two monsters could actually be used together. So with Itzabeth, you could go first, like I said, get rid of the enemy Megataunt with your, which skill is it? With your Infernal Arts. And then Mandarka goes and does an AoE total blind with this skill over here. And it also dazes the enemy. And then you follow up with Itzabeth doing... What would you do? I guess you you have a daze skill. If you have an attacker, you buff the attacker. But first turn is probably always going to be cleansing something from the enemy. Let's see. Blind, precision, removes negative effects from itself. Why is this picture so bad? This one's good. This one's all blurry. Deals minor direct damage, applies minor blind precision, true immunity, minor blind. Yeah, I remember. I think if you wanted my analysis on this monster and Thundorc more in depth, you can be sure to check them out. But I remember so far I haven't been too impressed with the monsters. Although this monster does have revival, so that's always a good thing. You die, you come back to life, and then you can total blind the enemy. That's good. And then let's take a look at Thundorc. This is the PvP monster. So for those of you that are new to Monster Legends, you'll probably be able to get this monster like rank 3 just from playing the game. This monster has a high power. Let's see. Orc, immune to shock, single immunity. So damage boost, 1 extra churn. Okay. So depending how long the double damage lasts, I hope it's not 1 churn. If it's 1 churn, removes negative effects. Okay. So if it's 1 churn, let's say you partner up Itzabeth and Thundorc. If the double damage is for 1 churn, I guess you'd be able to do like Swift Orc, get an extra churn, then damage boost, then follow up with something else. If it's 2 churns, you would be able to double damage boost. You would have cleansed any negative effect, and then you go on to attack with a strong AoE, like a 35 damage, that now has a damage boost and a double damage. And it's not like if the enemy has a shock beast, you're in trouble because you're immune to shock. So there's some synergy you can start creating there. So, yeah guys, that's my analysis on Itzabeth. Again, love the monster design. Overall, good bounty hunt for those random haters. You know, you just clutch into an earth hater and you're fighting the earth fugitive, or a fire hater and you're fighting the fire fugitive. For wars, I could also see it powerful because, you know, double damage your attacker and then you like sweep the field or something. But nothing too crazy, so she's okay. But that's my analysis. I want to hear what you guys think about this monster. Any thoughts on any of the 3 new monsters? Let me know in the comments below, or especially Itzabeth. Thank you very much, and remember to subscribe.